We are in the Henrico County Department of Public Works building, the mosquito section. We are in charge of monitoring and surveilling mosquitoes throughout the county, both as nuisance pests and as vectors of disease or organisms that can transmit disease.
I feel like sometimes people think I'm weird, but I think it's fun to do. It's like collecting bugs.
We monitor a lot of nuisance species, the primary one being Asian tiger, but more importantly, what we are trying to accomplish on the other end is that we try to monitor what's known as the Culex pipiens species, which is the known vector within the Henrico area for West Nile virus transmission.
The Culex pipiens, also known as the common house mosquito, is the main vector for West Nile virus in the Henrico area. Culex pipiens prefer to utilize more organically polluted natural areas, such as a ditch line, a woodland pool, and stagnant water that you would find on the ground, and things of that nature.
We are designed to go through and conduct surveillance and then treat areas and educate the public on where those particular vectors of disease are and then how those citizens can better protect themselves against the possibility of transmission. We go out, we set up traps, we collect specimens, we bring them back to analyze and identify. So this is what we call a gravid trap, okay? And this trap is designed with Culex pipien mosquitoes specifically in mind. After a Culex pipiens goes and seeks out a host and takes the blood meal, it needs to go and digest that blood meal. Once it's done digesting that blood meal, it uses the protein to develop eggs. It then needs a place to lay those eggs. This trap simulates the perfect environment for a mosquito, Culex pipiens mosquito, to go and lay those eggs.
I found one!
They tend to prefer the stagnant water because, it usually means it's shallower. The eggs will have a better chance of all coming out and surviving without that predation when they are born in stagnant water.
I dipped my dipper into a shaded stagnant water area, and whenever I dipped along the side, I got a few mosquito larvae and I also got pupa. So the pupa is the next stage after larva and the stage before it emerges and turns into adults. So
this right here is a CDC light trap, and essentially what this is designed to do is simulate a breathing host that a mosquito would then seek to get a blood meal from. This cooler here will hold dry ice, which as it melts emits CO2. As you can see, it has this little lure here, and this lure has what's known as lactic acid in it. And as animals, people, anything move, their muscles generate a lactic acid, which is an attractant to mosquitoes. So it has a combination of both of those things. When the mosquito comes in to seek that meal, it goes around and it gets caught in the drift here of this fan, which pulls them down into the collection cup at the base here. We simply pull that collection cup off when we're ready to take the sample, and it gives us a high diversity of mosquitoes that we can then take back to the lab, identify, and see what's in the area.
It has like these little curtain patterns on the side of it. It's almost called like fangs or curtains, and then where it's like a layer shade than the rest of it. And so you can only see that on the Culex pipiens mosquito. And so that's typically how we identify it in the lab.
We are in the room where we test for West Nile virus. We call this the ramp room. Now that we have a homogenized mixture, it all looks the same in the tube, we need to separate out the solids from the supernatant or the liquid. And we're going to do that with our centrifuge. That's it. Now we just run it through our machine. Okay. Got result 12.5 units, that's a negative.
We have a treatment section that we will then send out somebody into the field with a series of treatment methodologies that they can use to help eliminate the mosquitoes given what they learn about the habitat that they're coming from.
At Henrico County, we treat over 600 sites in county right-of-ways with an environmentally friendly larvicide. It is safe for people, pets, plants, and other animals. It is only toxic to mosquitoes, fungus gnat, and black fly larvae. It's considered a mid-gut disruptor, which means the mosquito larva needs to ingest it or eat it for it to be killed. We use larvicide in 2 different formats. We have a liquid larvicide that we spray from our truck, and we also have a granular formula that we can treat by hand. Henrico County does not do any adulticide or aerosol spraying. It is all larvicide treatment to standing water.
We want our citizens to realize that there's multiple habitats for this mosquito throughout the county to be produced in and to lay their eggs in, and therefore we want to make sure that they're asking those questions when people come to do inspections or treatments that help them get rid of all the mosquitoes on their property, not just focus on container breeding mosquitoes. All of our residents or people that live in Henrico are able to obtain an inspection or multiple inspections if they need it.